so it kind of put a hole in it. So now we're going to figure out what we're doing with the radiator. Davey thinks he's got it figured out, so we're gonna cut a piece out so it'll lower the radiator down a little bit, and then that way it'll get it away from the belt. Action.
Alright, so we thought we had the radiator good. We drove to come back, and realized we had a slight cut in our hose from it being too close to the belt. Move the radiator down and over this way a little bit. We've got about a 1/4 inch gap. Should be plenty of room for the radiator or the fan belt to flop around, but if it does. But anyways, took us a couple hours to get all that done. We're fixing to hook up a trailer and head to Papa Bluff to look at another 66. That's not all we can build, but that is what we love. So anyway, that's what, if it works out and it ain't rusted out, we're gonna buy it, put it on the Tahoe frame, and we'll get started on that one pretty soon, if we get the body bought. Anyways, we'll let you know how that goes.
So we're gonna go look at a truck. It's a 66 long bed, hoping it doesn't have a bunch of rust, but you know how that goes. It is a 60-something-year-old truck. So we'll keep y'all updated and hopefully it works out, because this will be the one for our
59 easy.
It'll be the body for our 02 Tahoe build. Well, we went ahead and bought it. We picked up a 66 long wheelbase. We're probably just going to use the cabin front clip and try to find us a bed, because we do want a short bed. It is freezing here, but our straps are a little frozen. A little. But it's a pretty nice truck. It's pretty solid. It does have some rust underneath that we're going to have to fix, but I mean, the rockers above the windshield is really nice. Needs all new glass. Rockers are pretty good. Cab corners are good on both sides. I mean, it's a solid truck. Just needs a little bit of loving. Well, she's loaded down and we're headed back to Dolphin. We made it home. Davey's unloading it now. I do have something really cool to show y'all. Check out their custom blocks back here. Yes, those are bricks on both sides. How great is that? It does have a pretty decent motor in it, just a little 350. Sounds like it needs a little bit of work. Got a miss to it. She said it was a 4-speed, but I'm thinking that it's a 3-speed. But I mean, needs all new glass, like I said. Well, take that back. The driver side glass is fine. Passenger side, it needs glass on both sides. It's Tuesday morning and we're gonna start on the Tahoe, taking the body off. So Davey's pulling it in right now so we can start getting everything took off, all bolts out for the body, unhooking everything from the cab so we can get it took off, and then we'll start working on taking this cab off and front clip. We haven't decided about the bed yet because we haven't really found a short bed, but we are looking at maybe cutting that one down or buying new sides of the bed from LMC, because they're not priced too bad, but it all just depends on what we're gonna do.
Got the fan on. That was easy. They don't normally come off that easy. I got a daggone wire hooked up there. get the radiator out, transmission lines off, air conditioner stuff, wiring, brake booster, steering wheel.
Radiator's coming out. Add to the pile. Now to take all the injector wires off, all the wiring harness off.
Could have cruise control up on that truck. I don't want it.
That would be sweet though.
Guess I'm gonna fly with injector wires, plugs.
Don't you got a tool for that now?
Oh, no, do it.
I think so.
Not sure if this will come up. Cool.
Go over them.
Move all this. Wiring inside the gas pedal, that's got to come off and come out.
I'm in the cab and I've got to remove the throttle right there. Had to take this vent piece right here out of the way. I'm gonna get that done and then I'm gonna unhook the brake booster so we can pull that off the cab also, which is right over here. I got the throttle unhooked from the cab. I was doing that. Davey got the steering arm unhooked. Now we're gonna work on getting the brake booster pulled off there. We've got all the wiring unhooked. It's almost ready to start taking body bolts out so we can lift the body up some. Make sure we got everything off of it. So we're gonna get to doing that now, taking body bolts off. Got the front two body bolts out on both sides. Davey's working on the driver's side now.
Short extension.
Got the bumper off, all the body bolts out. Now we're gonna slowly lift it to make sure we got everything out of the way. It's coming up, we got the front all coming up. Looking good, but we need to get under there on the back side and make sure all the grounds are unhooked. Right now we got us a water. Got it pulled out of the shop. We're gonna go get the forklift so we can lift the body up off of it and see what all we missed unhooking. She's coming off slowly. We got a few things we can go ahead and hook up. We had to get off. got the body off the Tahoe. David's gonna sit that around back. So then we got some cleanup due. We're gonna clean up the motor, replace some gaskets, put a new cam in. Good body, good doors, good panel. I mean, the driver door has a few little dips in the bottom, but I mean, everything else good on it.
Alright, body's all pushed back in where she's gonna set probably the rest of the week. I'm gonna put the cam in it, lift kit on it. It's horribly filthy. It's too cold to power wash. It's in its 20s and gonna be all week. We don't know for how long. We are gonna pull it back outside eventually and power wash it. Just not sure when that'll happen. So, we're probably gonna take our time this week. Like I said, put the cam in it, lift kit, and that's probably all we're gonna get done this week, if that, depending on what comes up. Anyways, before we start putting the body on it, we're definitely gonna pull it outside and power wash it. So hopefully it can get above 32 for a couple days.
Yeah, cause it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's an 02 Tahoe frame, so.
it's not horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
I do have headers
Yeah.
I bought for a different project, and I was thinking last night, I sure hope they work, but they're not going to. I don't get that lucky.
Oh boy, that'd be nice.
But
I don't know.
I am going to try them. I'm going to take the manifolds off, try. I might get lucky, they might bolt right on. I know they'll bolt on, they might fit. If they do, I'll have sweet headers for it too.
I think it's gonna drop down far enough. I think it'll be about
The
right.
only thing I'm worried about this, but it looks a lot like the manifold, and this side might work. Don't mean the other side will.
That is true.
It comes down a little. It might. We're gonna try it. If I can get them old 2 sensors to break loose, if not, I'm gonna buy new ones. But fixing to call it a day.
It's cold
I
here.
think we're gonna go get the grandson and hang out with him for a little bit one time my daughter gets off work. Anyways, like I said, other than you showing me how nasty it was up there.
Yeah.
I think this thing runs some gravel roads quite a bit. But we're gonna try and get all that spit shined.
But I mean, the Tahoe body really had, I mean, it had no rust in it. The frame looked good, not rusted.
Yeah.
No rust on it, so that's always a plus. We did pick up the other truck last night that we're gonna use the body off of, but we are gonna have to do some body work on it probably. Depends on how far we want to go with it, how slick we want to go.
Yeah.
We do need to do that before we call it a day. Go over it and make sure what parts we
We need to make a list of what we need to buy. We know we need to buy the, what do they call it, the cross member support brace. Not the cross member, body mount support brace, front, back, on both sides. Probably the inner and outer rocker. The outer rocker don't look bad. The inner rocker underneath looks bad. So we'll probably just change them both while we're at it. But yeah, we're gonna make a list and check it twice.
So we're out here on this new 66 we picked up last night, and we're seeing what all needs done, checking, you know, stuff with magnets, see if there's any Bondo in the cab. Davey did find out that that is a cover, the rocker, right?
Yeah. They did a good job though, but I don't know what's under it. So I'm thinking just replace it. You can see where they put that sealer on it.
Yeah.
Seam sealer problem.
I do know the fender has Bondo right here, but I guess it goes from right there because that thickens. Right there is Bondo. We got metal here, we got Bondo here. Metal on the sides. So that's metal also. Bondo, Bondo. What about up here? That's metal.
I didn't figure they bonded in there. It looks too solid inside.
It does. Well, that visor inside and out pretty good. I don't know about the bed really. Here. Bed. Actually, yeah, I know the other side. Gonna need new tail lights. Gonna need back. Yeah, sweet. Yeah. I would just say they didn't replace any of the bed stuff. Well, obviously, I don't know. Let's check.
The only thing I'm worried about, we're probably not gonna use the bed.
Yeah, you're right.
We're buying a short bed.
Yeah.
The only thing we're really worried about is the cab.
Check the bottom of the door on the corners. See, that one looks like it's got Bondo right there, but maybe
It's just
not.
a rust hole.
Is it?
Yeah.
And of course, 100%.
It's just rust.
There's no Bondo in this.
Bondo,
No.
it's rust.
And this fender, the other one has Bondo. So this one might be, depending on how bad it is.
Put a patch pad on it. Put it on the whole fender with a patch it.
That's not bad. If you look inside, it's not rusted inside on this one. There's no rust on. I mean, even the hood's actually really good. The grill.
Right here.
Yeah. The grill is actually one of the best grills we've ever got on one of these trucks.
I mean, it's got custom spray painted turn signals. I mean,
Black.
can't get any cooler than that, you know?
I don't know, the blocks in the back.
Oh, yeah, that.
Davey's thinking about leaving the custom blocks in the back. He's really digging those. He's really digging those. Those are bricks, like bricks, both sides.
So my plans with this is to take the cab off, obviously, put it on Tahoe frame. We're probably gonna buy a short bed instead of trying to cut this one down. But if worse comes to worse, we'll try to cut this one down. We haven't done it, but it can be done. Anyway, probably gonna throw a seat and a battery on it and a toggle switch and a push button, and probably drive it around on just a frame around the yard for fun. Maybe beat it up a little bit more, but anyway, maybe not. You never know about me.
I didn't even really pay attention to the inside that well. I was more worried about the body because I knew that's what we were using. It does have the custom deal, so that's a plus. The seat's not bad.
You know, the cab's not
I
bad.
mean,
There's just barely any rust at all right here in the rocker, behind the rocker.
Yeah.
I guess they call that the inner rocker, maybe?
I mean, it's still got all the heat and stuff in it. Does it have a glove box? Probably not. Oh, it does. That's a
custom paint.
Yeah. But I mean, that was one of my biggest concerns was right there. And it looked good.
Yeah.
Other than their paint runs.
We'll redo the inside.
And they painted the dash. I mean, everything there too.
door handles are on backwards, you know, like that.
Yeah. I mean, it got a little rust here. It got rust in this door, but I mean, nothing that ain't fixable. That corner's pretty rough. But everything, I like the seat.
Good morning. We are going to put the lift kit on today, but it's cold, so we're moving really slow.
Very cold.
Not in a big hurry on this one, so yeah, that's probably all we're gonna do today.
Let the lift kit on. We're unboxing the lift kit now. That box, this box, that box, this box, that box, that box. Yeah, that's all of them. got the driver's side door apart, and I'm gonna move over to the passenger side. We got everything off the passenger side now, so everything's off, and we're fixing to start putting on the new part for the lift kit.
Wait one. Here you go. I don't need a
New brackets on. We got the front diff out. And we had to cut a section of that off, and we got to put another bracket on it to put it back up under there. All right, we had to take the differential down to put in the back cross member, the front cross member. Had to do some cutting on the differential for the new bracket, some grinding. But we got it in there, and now we're gonna tighten it all up.
Alright, got the lift kit on, the front only. We're cold, we're out of time. Well, it's dark, we don't want to be out here anymore. The front actually kicked our butts. Took a long time to get all the brackets in and get everything.
A lot of cutting.
Yeah, a lot of cutting, a lot of grinding. But yeah. But it's on there. Megan says it don't look any taller, but you can't really tell with this frame. But as you can see,
It's definitely taller, but it just don't look it because there's not a body on it. I mean, the motor looks like it's sitting up really high, but
yeah, so tomorrow I'm helping my son put a water pump on a 13 Ford Explorer.
yeah.
Got that 3.5 in it. It's internal. So probably won't do nothing on this tomorrow. That's probably gonna take most of the day, I figured.
He says that we'll be out here after that putting the back lift kit on.
Maybe. Depends what time we get done. Anyway. Yep.
Well, I mean, you had to drop the differential out. You gotta put brackets in. You can see where we had to grind that down. It actually calls for the grinding and cutting on the instructions. So, yeah. But there she is, like I said. Hopefully it warms up next week some. We're supposed to get snow starting tomorrow. But I want it to warm up so I can power wash this frame, motor and stuff. We're gonna have to do valve cover gaskets and stuff. You can see it was leaking. She's nasty. Hopefully our headers work and we'll be moving on.
Morning. Working on the Ford Explorer today. Going to be tearing the top of the motor out. The front of the motor, the water pump's actually inside, run by the timing chain, so we gotta get all that tore apart, and we won't video much of it because it's not cool stuff. But anyway, not letting y'all know what we're doing today. Friday morning, we got snow. We're not gonna do much today, I say. Anyway, we're gonna try and attempt to mount the tires on the rims. Tire seat is down, I ain't gonna do it. We're gonna try and do it by hand. And I know I gotta change the alternator on the motor van. Also, I get the old one down back home, it ain't charging. Anyways, here we go.
I don't even remember what they look like. Ooh. Shiny. ether and fire won't fix. Oh, Davey's having to put a new alternator on the farmhand. PA Performance sent us a new one since the other one wasn't putting out any volts from it, so it wasn't charging it. So they sent us a new one. We'll have to send the old one back. While he gets started on that, I'm gonna start on the rear lift on the Tahoe frame. Davey got the new alternator put on farmhand, and we got the rear lift kit put on the new build. Not sure what its name's gonna be yet, but there she is. Got her lift kit.
4 tires and rims mounted.
Yeah, the tires and rims are mounted and ready to go, but until this stops,
It's only 1 o'clock, and we're calling it a day for the most part. We're gonna haul scrap up to the mill, or not scrap, trash.
Until all this stops, I can't power wash, of course, which stinks. Yeah, I'll freeze. Sunday it's supposed to be what, in the 40s?
42.
If it is gonna hit the 40s, maybe this won't melt away and I can still power wash. But we'll see. It's Saturday morning and today we're gonna take the front cover off, everything on the front. We're gonna put our new cam in it. It's a Mad Max cam. So we'll be changing all the gaskets on the front. We're gonna do the valve covers because they've been leaking really bad. We're gonna clean all the wiring off the frame that we don't need. What else are we gonna do?
Oil pan.
Oil pan gasket, because it's probably leaking too. We might try to figure out what we're going to do about the transfer case, because we're going to go to a pole instead of electronic. But that's what we'll be doing today. We'll keep you updated. I don't think it's going to warm up enough to power wash it tomorrow, because it's going to have to get pretty warm. But we'll see what happens. dowels in there to hold the lifters up so he can pull the cam out.
Chickens just yet. Had to call in reinforcement.
Yep.
Got the Aaron hammer, can swapper.
We're not sure why, but the stock cam was not wanting to come out, but it did come out, and the new cam went back in easier than
We've been fighting with it for probably over an hour. We don't know. We just don't know. But it finally is swapped.
So the metal rod wouldn't work, but the wood one worked on that?
Well, yes, no. We got a metal and we got a wood. Somehow together they decided to work. I'm going to attempt to put valve springs in and do valve seals. If I know how to work my tools still.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to take off the oil pan and put a new oil pan gasket on it.
into a lot of complications getting the cam out. I called the Cup Collection over for some help. With their help, we finally was able to figure it out. We still don't know what happened, but it ended up coming out. What?
ET Performance.
Yeah, ET Performance, the Cup Collection. But anyway, we pulled the oil pan. We realized once we got all the bolts off of it, because it was leaking pretty bad too.
Bad.
We realized the lift kit we put on, the cross member in the back, actually keeps the oil pan from going out. So we pulled the motor and changed, cleaned it out. The oil pan actually had quite a bit of gunk in it, so the guy before me that owned it didn't do maintenance. Well, I would say the guy before me is probably the guy before him, because I know the guy I got it from does good maintenance. The guy before them probably does not. Anyways, we cleaned all that up, cleaned everything up, changed valve springs, valve seals. What else do we do? We still got to power wash everything, but
Made a huge mess with the training pan. The oil pan. When I cannot express to y'all how bad this thing was. Like, that's from before we took it off. It is taped.
we probably should have cleaned it while we had it off, but she's gonna power wash it. Is why she's wanting it to warm up a little bit. It's because she plans on laying under it a little bit. Nobody likes laying in the water, in the cold especially. But anyways, we're calling it a day. It's dark, we're tired. We also worked on a few other vehicles today, so we've been in and out on this one, trying to get stuff done till other people pulled in. But like I said, got the cam in, springs, valve seals, got all that changed out, and appreciate the help again, guys, from ET Performance, because without them, I don't know if I'd have got it. I'd probably left the stock one in it. It's still unexplained why it wouldn't come out, and then it just decided after an hour of fighting with it, it just went bloop, and fell out in our hands. So kind of weird.
The other one went in super easy too.
Anyways, we're going to church tomorrow. When we get back, I'm going to finish putting everything on it, gaskets and all that. Maybe it'll warm up enough we can pull it outside and power wash it. But anyway, y'all have a good.
So it's Sunday after church. We're putting the front cover back on the motor, all new gasket. We're gonna put the valve cover back on today. The water pump, all that stuff's gonna go back on. But that's pretty much, I think, all we're gonna do today. We might clean up some of the wirings off the frame that we didn't get to do yesterday because we had so much company in and out working on other people's vehicles and trying to get this done. So we'll be doing that. So we got everything put back on the motor. I went ahead and taped up everything just in case it warms up enough to power wash. Probably not gonna be able to do it today because it's not even hit 40 yet. And the water hose is froze, so, but we did get all the wire stripped off the frame that we didn't need. So now we're gonna clean the shop up real good. It's pretty messy because of all the oil we spilled, but we're gonna get it cleaned up and then see what happens.
All right, it's Sunday evening. We are going to end this video and start again Monday. Not sure what we're gonna do yet. Probably not gonna be warm enough to power wash, maybe. Anyways, we got the wires cleaned up off the frame, the crap we didn't need. Got all the gaskets and everything back on.
Everything taped up, ready for power washing.
Everything's taped up, yeah. We're ready to power wash it, paint the frame, and then get the cab in here. We just got done tearing the yard up in the truck we bought as a donor, because it does run, smokes a little. It runs pretty good. It's 350 grain, low 4-speed. But we don't know what we're gonna do with the motor and stuff yet. Might put it in something else. Maybe not, I don't know. But anyways, they do a pretty good little burnout too. It was fun. Probably should have videoed that. But anyway, but yeah, we're gonna call this one. See y'all next week.
Please like and subscribe.